Ever thought of making candles? Well, here's how to do it. I already make soap, so I figured, how hard can it be? Candle making seems easy on the surface, but there's a lot of small details which have a big impact. I'm no pro, but here's what I've learned. It's all about the wax. The candle is the wax, so the wax is important. This will impact the smell, how much fragrance it can hold, and how well it distributes. Choosing a wick is its own science. The perfect wick will burn all the wax without getting too hot. There are charts and calculators online, but a lot of this will come down to testing. Then you need a container. This will dictate the amount of wax you need and how many wicks. Here's the materials I use: a bowl, a spatula, a scale, and I use a glue gun because you need to secure the wick to the bottom of your jar or container. Glue gun I have and it works. The important thing is to use something that holds it down, and you want to get it as centered as possible. If you don't secure your wick, when your wax melts, it could move, and this is going to cause problems. Next step is to weigh out your wax. The trick I use is to multiply your container size in milliliters by 80% or 0.8, which gives the wax weight in grams. These are 120 ml containers, so I use about 96 grams of wax per container. Then you need to melt your wax. I love using the double boiler. It's easier to control the temp and it makes cleanup easier too. The temp that your wax needs to get to will be on the data sheet, and for this wax, it's 180 degrees. If you don't have an infrared thermometer, you can use any type. I just like this because it doesn't have to be submerged in the wax. Makes things easier. While this wax is melting, great time to subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications. So be patient with melting your wax. Don't bring it up to temp too fast and keep stirring it or it'll clump up a lot. So I've hit temp, I'm at 180 degrees. Now I add my fragrance, and the amount of fragrance you add, it's gonna be on your wax data sheet again. Typical range is 6 to 10%, so for these candles, I did 8%. At this point, you're ready to pour. Push the wicks to the side and just pour it in. Nothing crazy here, no tricks, no rocket science. Slow and controlled, it's hot wax, and it will burn you. So once they're poured, you do need to hold the wicks in the middle of the jar. I just cut some holes in cardboard or slits. You can use anything to do this. They make devices specifically for it. The important part is just to make sure that the wicks are in the center of the jar. You want your burn to be straight down the middle. Now you just wait for them to cure. I use them as soon as they're hard. Some people wait a week or so. Does it make a difference? I don't know. That's up to you. And once you're ready to burn them, you got to trim the wick down. Wick trimming is another one of those sciencey things. Common candle knowledge is between a 1/4 inch and 1/8 of an inch. If you leave too much wick, your candle's gonna burn like crazy. So it is good to trim it down a lot. You might get some problems like this cratering. I had those issues. It just burned off. No problems when I was burning. This is it. You can make candles. There's a bit to learn, but you can do it. It smells good. Not super expensive. It's fun.